Yeah. Where were you on Monday? I was trying
Yes,
to
sir.
connect with you, but you're not available. Okay, so today we are going to start with chemistry. You both were in
Yes.
football outfit. Today was your football match.
Pardon, sir.
Okay, let me know your chapters which are coming in chemistry. Can you tell me, Palestina?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right here on the chat box. Right here in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, sir.
How the study is going on? Are you revising on time?
Huh?
Deva, are you revising the content on time?
Sir.
Palestina, in the meanwhile, you write your chapters of chemistry in the chat box. Deva, you give me the summary of the class of the last class.
Okay, sir. So last time we studied the difference between metals and non-metals.
Okay.
So, sir, the difference between the first the metals and non-metals that is that the metals are on the left hand side and the central side of the periodic table.
Okay. Palestina,
And
you
the,
write in the chat box Palestina chapter's name.
okay, sir. And then the non-metals are on the left or on the right hand side
Okay.
of the periodic table. Most of
Okay.
them are solid. On the metal we have most of them are solid except gil is it gallium,
Liquid chemical bonding.
gallium
Okay.
and mercury.
Only one chapter is coming, chemical bonding.
Yes, so that's what we are. So you mean the whole of this year?
All the chapters are
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The chapters coming in your exam.
so on the known metals they are found in the state of the solids.
Okay.
Please let me bring the science book to give first.
Deva is studying at home or not? Doing self study.
Pardon, sir.
Deva is doing self study or not?
So he's doing self-study.
So I'm
Pardon?
looking for the book.
The reader, keep the reader.
The first, the textbook or the reader.
The textbook.
And why should you be searching for your book? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Thank you, thank you.
So how's the
I
weather
want,
there?
I want.
How's the weather there?
Yeah, the weather here is not bad because it's cold.
Oh, it's cold there. Here it's started warming now. Temperature is
Okay.
increasing.
Oh, sorry. Then I wanted to report these children to you.
Yeah.
I expected them when you people are done with lectures, they should run back the video and jot down what they were supposed to jot, and there wasn't time. It's like I should always be telling them. I'm reporting to you as their teacher so that you can look for a way to advise them for me. They are giving me a lot of headache. They don't revise. That's the truth. They don't
Yeah,
revise.
that is why today I asked them whether they are doing self study or not, because only studying 1 hour in the class for a week is not enough for them to
Exactly.
memorize the things.
Are you people doing your revision? Yes, ma'am. Are you sure?
This is it, I'm sitting here. Wait. They say you should be missing my nose. Yes, sir.
Be apart. This arrangement, I don't have any mode of communication with you, so that is why I'm not able to get in proper touch with the students, ki whether they are studying or not.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I've been okay. I've been busy this period. I'm very sorry, but I'll be stable very soon. I was following up with the students' visas. My students are coming to India for internship. The medical
Okay.
student. Yeah.
So you can take my contact number. You can connect with me when you come India, so that easily we can meet.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I'll get it.
Yes. Rate of reaction is the name of chapter or a name of a topic.
So, name of chapter.
Okay. Only these four are
Pardon, sir.
I'm asking only these four are there: chemical bonding, properties of material, reactivity and displacement reaction, and rate of reaction. These four chapters are coming.
So under all of them, so they have other topics like
Yes, sir.
What?
so
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 under all of them, they have subtopics. So
like properties of matter based,
the
atomic structure, and the periodic table.
trace
Friends,
or group within the periodic table where elements react to form compound, simple, and giant structures. Then we
Got it.
have
Write all these topics here in the chat box.
okay,
Write all
sir.
of them.
compounds. It's not compounds. Material. Adi. Adi.
Can we add a few more classes in the schedule? Is it possible for you to have time?
What is sir?
I'm asking, can we add few more classes in the week schedule? Do you have time in your week?
Not that much, sir.
Don't
So
have
we
time?
are writing. So we are writing our school exam next week, and we need enough time to revise.
Okay. From next week, your school exams are starting.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So first exam is yours. Which subject?
Physics, chemistry, and French.
First exam is physics, chemistry, and French.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Then how will we complete the syllabus in a week?
Mm,
Hmm?
yes, sir. But on Saturday afternoon.
Saturday will be in school.
When you have
Oh,
exam?
Saturday. So on Saturday we'll be in school.
Okay, Saturday you will be in school. Okay, okay.
Time.
Okay. So let's start now. I'm sharing the screen here. Okay. Uh, the notes related to your chapter, the topic, uh, properties of material. Okay. Is it visible to you?
Yes.
Please enter the.
Okay. Is it properly visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll start with the properties of material. Basically, there are seven properties in any kind of material. First is the physical property. Second is your thermal property. Third is your electrical property. Fourth is your chemical properties.
Yes.
These are, and fifth one is your mechanical properties. Sixth is optical properties, and seventh is your magnetic properties. All these properties are related to the different materials. Okay. In
Yes,
general, in
sir.
the lower classes, you would have studied about the physical properties and chemical properties. These two properties you would have studied in your lower grades. Have you studied or not?
Sir, study.
In your lower grades, you have
Yeah.
studied physical properties and chemical properties.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So first physical property we are going to study is about the density. So density can be defined as the mass per unit volume. Okay. And why
Yes,
Yes,
it
sir.
sir.
is important? It is important basically to determine the buoyancy of the object. Buoyancy, what is buoyancy if I ask you in simple terms? In physics,
Please.
do you remember the Archimedes principle?
Yes, sir.
What is that Archimedes principle?
Sir, sir, which principle?
Yeah, Archimedes principle. What is that? Because buoyancy is related to that Archimedes principle.
I've had bonus before we studied physics.
Take little time to think. Think little. Okay, don't worry, I'll tell you. Archimedes principle states that any object which is immersed in liquid experience a kind of upward force. Okay, when
Yes, sir.
that force is called buoyant force, and that is called the buoyancy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For example, whenever you go into a swimming pool, you feel like something from the water inside is pushing you upwards.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That pushing upward force is called buoyant force, and that is called buoyancy, and that is determined by the density of the object. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Secondly, that force is equal to the weight of the object displaced by the that force is equals to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. You have seen that so many big ship cruise or ships are floating on the water. Okay,
Yes, sir.
but they are made up of iron. What? How they are then floating? Because when we put a iron ball in water, it sink. Is it? It does it sink or not?
I think
Yeah. Then how come the big ship is floating?
I'm sure it's because it's having a vacuum. Like there is a place in the ship under the ship where there is an air.
Yes, M and A. What?
Because Archimedes principle, they are floating. Okay. Just
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
sir.
told you, just I told you okay, that the object will displace the liquid of its amount. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The displaced the weight of the fluid displaced by the object is equal to that ion. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That is why the ship is floating. Now the second physical property is the strength. What is strength? Strength is the ability of a material to withstand an applied force without breaking it. Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
that is
Please have a
called the
question.
strength. Yeah, that is called the strength of the object. Means you are applying a certain amount of force on an object and that object is not breaking. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that is called the strength of the object. The strength includes two types. There are two types of strength in an object. One is your tensile strength. Then what is tensile strength? It is means the pulling, the stretching, the stretching capability of a object. Okay. For
Yes, sir.
example, if I give you two wires, one is a rubber and one is a steel wire. In general, if you see, you can stretch the rubber more than the steel.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But
Yes,
in
sir.
the terms of physics, the steel has more tensile strength than the rubber. Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
this
sir.
sir.
you have to keep in your mind that steel wire has more tensile strength as comparatively to the rubber. The next strength is the next kind of strength is your compressive strength. Compressing means squeezing. How much you can squeeze a substance, okay, or any
Yes, sir.
object. You can squeeze a foam. The cushion is made up of foam now.
Yes, sir.
And whereas the iron is not that much squeezable. Please
Yes, sir. The iron can.
don't get distracted. Only focus here in the class for 1 hour. Okay, let's
Okay,
make
sir.
it interactive class so that you can also question answer and we can make it a good interactive one. The next property in the physical properties is your hardness. Hardness means the resistance to the scratching. That is called hardness. Usually metals are more harder than the plastic.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then next property we have studied in the metals and non-metals topic. In the metals we studied that they have the ability to deform under into the wires or the sheets. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that the metals form deforming into or like compressing into sheets is called malleability. And the ability to draw them into wires without breaking is called ductility. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are the physical properties of the material. Okay. Now let's come to
Yes.
the now let's come to the thermal property. Thermal property number one is your thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity means the ability of a material to conduct heat.
Heat. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Typically, metals have high thermal conductivity. That is why your electricity wires are made up of metals. And
Please, sir.
insulate, insulators like wood and plastic have low heat conductivity. If you
Please,
provide
sir.
them heat, if you provide them heat to the wood or plastic, plastic will melt and wood will burn. Okay?
Please, sir.
Does is it happens or not?
It
So it
happened.
happens.
Please, sir. I
Yeah,
thought they only teaches they teaches subjects in physics.
yeah. This chapter is of physics. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then next thermal property is specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity means that the amount of heat needed to change the temperature of a unit of a material by 1 degree Celsius. Means if I have given you, for example, a copper wire, okay, and
Yes,
you
sir.
have to find out the specific heat capacity of the copper wire. So you have to give the heat. You have to increase the degree of hotness in that wire to measure the temperature by 1 degree it's Celsius if it gets changed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that amount of heat needed to change the temperature of a unit of a material by 1 degree Celsius is your specific heat capacity.
Please, sir,
Okay.
your line is not clear.
My line is not clear.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
My line or am I properly audible to you?
No, sir.
So you're talking as you're talking some in a particular place is going off.
Yeah, maybe because of some internet issues, the voice is breaking from your end also. I'm not able to get clearly. Your voice is breaking.
Okay, sir.
Specific heat capacity, do you understand or not?
So I understand. So you said is the amount of heat needed to change the temperature of a unit mass of a material by one
1 degree
degree Celsius.
Celsius.
Yeah, this is specific heat. A unit mass by 1 degree Celsius. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good. The next thermal property is your simple melting point and the boiling point. We know that every object has specific melting point
Bo-
and boiling
bo-
point. Okay. The,
yes, sir.
it means that this is the temperature at which the material changes its state from solid to liquid in the case of melting and liquid to gas in the case of boiling. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what it means? It means the change of state. The change of state is called your melting point or boiling point. It is different for each and every material. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next property is your electrical property. As the name is stating, electrical property means the ability to conduct electricity.
Electricity.
Yeah, the ability to conduct electricity. And in the previous class, we have studied that metals are good conductors of electricity, while insulators are poor conductor of electricity. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then another property within the electrical property is the resistance. Resistance means the opposition to the flow of electric current. Okay. The
Yes, sir.
opposition to the flow of electric current. It is affected by the material's dimensions or temperature. Okay. If you will
Yes, sir.
reduce the temperature, the resistance will increase. If you will increase the temperature, resistance will decrease. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Then next property is the chemical property. Chemical property here states that reactivity. Reactivity means how fast, how readily means fast, how fast a material undergoes a chemical reaction. Okay. For example, if we are taking alkali metals are highly reactive with the water. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For example, sodium. If I take the example of the sodium, sodium is a kind of metal which is highly reactive with water. If you put sodium metal into the water, it will catch fire. Can
Yes, sir.
you believe that fire will be there in the
Sir.
water?
No, sir.
That can be possible in the chemistry. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in the chemistry lab, the sodium is stored in kerosene. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Kerosene.
Then next chemical property is the corrosion resistivity. Corrosion means getting rusted, and resistivity means we have to decrease the ability of getting corrosion. Okay, so the ability of the material to resist degradation. Corrosion means the material is getting degraded. Okay,
Yes, sir.
in simple terms, when it comes in the environment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The best example of understanding the corrosion is the iron. Iron gets rusted very easily in the
Yes,
environment.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But whereas
Yes,
other
sir.
metals like your gold, your silver, your platinum, your copper, zinc, aluminium, all these metals are less reactive. Okay. They do not get
Yes,
rusted
sir.
in the presence of air. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In iron also, iron will get rusted in uh, wet air or dry air. Tell me, iron will get rusted in the humid environment or non-humid environment?
So,
It's in the human
human
environment.
environment.
Yeah, in the humid environment. Humid environment means the air which is having more water content or the
Yes.
water vapor present in it.
Yes.
Okay, then the water will react with the iron and rust it. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Please, sir,
Yeah.
can I ask
Yeah.
a question?
Yes.
So, if we put an iron bar
I.
into water and remove it to stand in the air, then you come out like after 1 month, will you see it rusted?
Yeah.
Because of the vapor, water vapor.
Yes, let me
Water
see this
vapor.
now.
Now I ask you one more thing. If the same
Yes.
iron bar is painted, will it get rusted fast or slow?
Please, sir, can you repeat?
If a iron bar is painted, will it get rusted fast or slow? The process of
So
rusting will
slow.
Slow.
be fast or
So
slow?
it will be slow.
So it'll be
So it will
slow.
be slow.
Yeah, it will be slow because we have put a protective layer of a paint over the iron rod. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So there is a technique which is called galvanization. Galvanization is a technique by which we can prevent the rusting of iron. Okay. We put the
Yes, sir.
Yes,
we put the layer of zinc over the iron. Okay.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good.
So
The next,
paint
the
is zinc inside paint.
yeah,
Zinc inside paint.
zinc is painted over the iron. Okay.
Please, I'm asking if when people are creating paints,
Hmm.
is zinc inside?
No, zinc
Zinc
is
is.
a metal. They usually melt the zinc and then they apply on the iron. Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah. There is a specific melting point for each and every metal, na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So the next chemical property is the pH. pH means the how
pH.
much acidic and basic a material is. On the
Yes,
basis
Yes,
sir.
sir.
of acidity and basicity, the reactivity of a material is decided. Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. For example, if we take particularly For example, if we are taking your sulfuric acid, okay, that is your H2SO4. That is a strong acid. And if we take on the other hand your zinc carbonate is a weak base. Okay, it is a kind
Yes.
of a base. So they both have different properties. So pH helps us to determine whether a substance is acidic or basic. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Now the next property is the mechanical properties. In the mechanical properties, the first property is fatigue. Fatigue means the weakening of a material caused by repeated loading and unloading cycles. That is the fatigueness. This you have generally experienced. I'll give you the best example to understand fatigue is the muscles in the humans. Whenever we do any laborious work, for example, we are doing rigorous running throughout the day without giving rest to our body. Our body
Yes.
starts feeling, does it happen or not?
So it
Yes, sir.
happens.
If we are not giving rest to our body and we are continuously working, we are continuously putting like more pressure on our muscles to do more work without giving them rest, our muscles start paining.
Yes, sir. It
Yes, sir.
starts
So
to pain.
that is your fatigue. That is your fatigue. That is related to each and every material. Even if you, for example, there is a certain amount of current which is flowing in the wires of our homes. Okay,
Yes.
on
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
every socket you can see that there is something volt is written. 20 volt, 10 volt, 15 volt, 9 volt. Something is like written there on the switchboards.
No, we don't have it.
So so yeah, let me check that thing.
1 minute, I'll give you one live example. Huh. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
See, can you see here 80 watt is written?
Yes, sir.
So 80 watt is the capacity of this adapter. If I give current value more than 80 watts, then this adapter will not work. It will get fused. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Um.
This is the yeah. This is called fatigue. See, this is 45 watt. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you will
Yes,
give
sir.
if you give the value of current more than 45 watt, then the charger will not work. It will get fused. Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
It
sir.
is in other term is called as fatigue, the weakening of a material caused by repeated loading or unloading cycles. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then similarly, the one term is there which is called creep. Creep means slow permanent deformation under constant strength over a time. Okay. This happens
Yes, sir.
Okay.
high temperatures. Means, for example, huh, let me take the example of a iron bridge. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Iron bridge are usually uh, made in the railway crossings. Okay, railway tracks.
Yes, sir.
Iron bridges are used over the rivers. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so over a period of time, when they are in the exposure of a sunlight, when they are in the exposure of the sunlight, they get affected. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and slowly because of the presence of high temperature, they started degrading, and one time at a one particular time they permanently deform. This is called creeping. Okay,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
the next is your optical properties for the first one is your transparency means the ability to allow light to pass through them. For example, if we take glass, through glass we can see on both the sides. Okay, for example, this is my specs. Okay, my
Yes, sir.
specs are made of glass, so I can see throughout through the glass.
Yes, sir.
But this is a opaque material. Can we see from it?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
So that is a opaque sub object. And we are talking about the transparency. So transparency is the optical property of a object. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Please, sir.
Then next optical property comes your reflectivity. Reflectivity means the ability to reflect the light. Through the shiny surface, we have seen that more light is reflected as comparatively to the rough surface. Is it happens or not?
So
Yes,
it
sir.
happened.
Please,
Yeah,
sir, I have a question.
yeah. Well,
Please, sir, what is the difference between a metal and a solid?
metal and a
A solid.
Metals are solid.
metal and solid.
Yes, sir.
Write
Second
write in the
answer.
chat. Write in the chat box.
No.
Metal and solid. Palestina, what kind of question is this? Solid is a state of matter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and metal is a compound, a kind of a compound. It can be solid or it cannot be solid. Okay.
So the thing is, yes, sir. The thing is
Yeah.
that when I hear a metal and a solid, it's too confusing because I know that metals are solid, and I don't know if solids are metals. It's just giving me something different.
Metal are solid. But what is solid? Solid is a state of matter. There are three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
These
sir.
are three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. So out of these, metal can exist in two forms: in solid form and in liquid forms. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, that is what there is no specific difference between metal and solid. You can ask the difference between solid and liquid. You can ask the difference between metal and non-metal. Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
understood? Yeah. Don't ask such silly questions. Now
Yes, sir.
the next property is your ferromagnetism. Ferromagnetism means the material that can be magnetized. Means there are permanent magnets and there are temporary magnets. Okay. So the
Yes,
Yes,
material
sir.
sir.
by which we can make temporary magnets, that material can be materialized are called ferromagnetism. The best example is your iron. Okay.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
If you, for example, see, for example, just understand this is a iron bar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Palestina, Shurideva, please see here. For
Yes,
example,
sir.
this is a iron bar. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And this is a wire. If I wrap this wire around this iron bar, okay, and
Yes, sir.
these are the 2 points of this wire. Okay, these 2 points, and I
Yes.
connect them to the source of current. And when the current flow through them, this piece of iron will act as a magnet. Okay, so this
Yes,
is
Yes,
sir.
sir.
called electromagnets.
Electromagnet.
Electromagnets.
Yeah. So this is a magnetic property of a substance or a material. Then the demagnetism is the reverse of the sorry, dimagnetism is the means a material
Material
repels the magnetic
report.
field. That okay.
Yes, sir.
So now there are some applications of the properties of the materials. Number one, the construction in the construction in the construction of a building, we will see the strength and the durability of the material. How much strong the material is and how much durable it is. Okay.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Then in the electronics, we will see the conductivity. See whether the material which is used in the electronics are capable of conducting the current or not. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then for the cooking, we will see the thermal conductivity. Okay. We use the gas stoves at home for cooking. Do we cook over the candle? Candle is also burning and a gas stove is also burning. So we will be considering the gas stove for cooking, na, not the candle, because the gas stove has more thermal conductivity as comparatively to the candle. Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
now understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then for the packing of material, we see the density of the material, the malleability, and the barrier properties. Ki how much less resistive to the scratches. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For example, you take the suitcase which are made up of good plastic material. Okay. Can
Yes, sir.
is there any kind of suitcase which is made up of glass?
Yes,
Have you
sir.
seen have you seen any
No,
suitcase
sir.
which is made up of glass?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So there is not.
Which suitcase is made up of glass?
So I went to the airport and I saw a man having a glass suitcase. It was
Oh
blue.
no, it was not blue. It is shiny. It is not glass. I'm talking about the glass.
No, sir. There is not.
Yeah, because the
Glass.
glass has the less durability, less barrier properties. It easily gets break. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So these were the properties of properties related to the materials. Now I'm giving you 5 to 7 minutes to write the summary of today's class in your words. Take your notes and start writing fast.
Okay, sir.